Welcome back. Thank you for joining us for the Tuesday evening edition of the Channel 2 News. We now head to South America for an exclusive KSPN2 travelogue.
The Incas built Machu Picchu around 1400 but abandoned it just 100 years later, right around the time the Spanish came to South America. The Spanish never discovered the ancient city, and its location stayed a secret to the outside world until 1911. Our road to Machu Picchu started with some help from a Peruvian transplant, Miss Millie from Saipan International School. It's over 7,000 miles from here to Atlanta, and then another 3,000 or so from Atlanta to Lima. Plenty of time to brush up on some Spanish. Lima's a city of 7 million people, but I was looking for just one, and he was waiting for me with a sign and a smile. Thanks, Millie. Things were looking up. In downtown Lima, I check out the local talent, Bien. I'm at sea level for just a few hours before hopping on a Peruvian Airlines flight and heading for elevation. Peru's a mountainous country, and out of the 32 climates that exist in the world, 28 of them can be found in Peru.
Señoras y señores, en breve momento estaremos aterrizando en el aeropuerto Velasco Astete de la ciudad de Cusco.
Cusco sits in a valley in the Andes about 2 miles above sea level. As we exit the airport, I find my sign, and we are on our way. It's much colder here, and pellets start falling from the sky. All hail to the Incas. Above Cusco, it's best to get around on all-terrain vehicles, and we share the experience with sheep, donkeys, and kids. To see more of the surrounding area, I get on a mountain bike and head for the hills. Nestled in the Andes, it's a beautiful place to ride, and we share the trail with pack animals and 6-year-olds. And every once in a while, we have some crossing to do. After a nice long ride, we are looking down at the Moray Terraces. It looks like something created by aliens, but it was actually built hundreds of years ago by the Incas, who designed it for agricultural purposes. Temperature and sunlight differences between the high terraces and the low ones allowed the Incas to efficiently grow different types of crops.
This is called moray, but what means moray? Moray is coming probably from the Quechua language, which is, with the word is maybe is meaning the muyo. Muyo means circle.
Further down the trail, we find these salt terraces. These are all owned by individual families who take on the back-breaking vertical work.
Okay, that's one.
Back in the village square, children are more horizontal. And as the sun goes down, music fills the air. It's time to head to Machu Picchu. It will take us 4 days and 3 nights to search for the lost Incan city. Much of it will be spent on jungle trails created by the Incas themselves. But day one is a little more modern, and nobody in our group seems to mind.
We're at 12,000 feet, about to go downhill on mountain bikes.
In our group, we have 10 adventurers, 2 from Finland, 2 from the United Kingdom, 5 from Los Estados Unidos, and 1 from Saipan. Henry's our trip leader, and after some quick instruction, we start what will be a 10,000-foot descent. It's about 4 hours or so downhill, which feels like 20 minutes. On day 2, we jump into a truck which will take us to the Inca Trail. After dismounting, Henry introduces our group to cocoa leaves, which he says will help combat the effects of altitude sickness.
Just chew a little bit and put on side here.
The scenery is spectacular, glaciers on one side and a river on the other, and monkeys in the middle. The plan is a half-day hike followed by some zip-lining across the river. But a fire has knocked out some of the zip-line platforms, so instead we head into the river and then to the local soaking area, which is a mixture of hot springs and cold river water. Can you say cannonball? And that is how Jason lost the Sportsmanship Award. The eco-lodge we camp out in is more than adequate and comes with mosquito nets over the beds. Henry says tomorrow will be both up and down.
When I hike like 3 hours uphill and 2 hours downhill.
Coffee beans are growing just off the trail, and we soon find Mrs. Coffee, who is busy working, while Henry explains that guinea pig is a local delicacy. Day 3 on the Inca Jungle Trail, and today we'll get our first look at Machu Picchu. The hike up is challenging, but not too bad, and as we reach the summit, we take a quick break and give thanks for safe passage. A train ride takes us into the charming little town of Aguas Calientes, and we are up before the sun, and before I know it, we have reached our destination.
Finally, we are here in one of the new 7 wonders around the world that we have in Peru.
I can't believe that humans made this. I mean, just take a look. It's breathtaking.
Feel just amazing spiritual energy, and just a very, very, very strong sense of peace.
How did they get this here? How did they build it? And to do it all in 100 years is just incredible.
The Temple of the Con is my favorite place too, because that temple is talking about our religion.
We then settle in to watch the sunrise over Machu Picchu.
It's been awesome. I think coming here super early this morning and just getting to see the sun come over Machu Picchu and now starting to hit some of the different parts of the mountain is pretty amazing.
I think it's surreal. It really puts things into perspective in the sense that it's so easy to get caught up in our everyday lives, and then now realizing how beautiful and how big the world is. I don't know, it's just amazing. I love it.
I've seen, of course, lots of pictures of Machu Picchu over the years from lots of different people, but when you see it for the first time, it really hits you. It's bigger. It's much bigger than I expected. We still have some climbing to do. We are headed to the top of Huayna Picchu so that we can see Machu Picchu from above. We scramble up to the summit and are rewarded with amazing views all the way around.
I'm actually pretty much speechless, man. Very impressive.
It's breathtaking, and I'm impressed. Makes me almost cry.
It's just been absolutely amazing.
As we say goodbye to our new friends, Henry leaves us with a wish list led by a return to the Inca time and good health.
Some people say the money is more important. It's not true, my friends. When you are really healthy, you can enjoy more your life.
The Incas had just 3 rules they lived by. Number 1, don't lie. Number 2, don't steal. And number 3, don't be lazy. I would add just one more rule. Don't do handstands next to big drop-offs, but if you do, make sure someone has a camera. In Peru, Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
Thank you so much for that. That was Chris Nelson reporting on following the steps of the Incas in Peru. Have you ever been to Peru, Bob?
No, that's on my bucket list.
Is it?
My short list of favorite places to go that I haven't been to: Mount Everest, Antarctica, and Machu Picchu. Those are the top 3. So maybe one of these days. But
I hope you get there.
I don't know about
someday.
eating guinea pig though. I don't know.
I don't know. It
I've
looks amazing.
Cross that off the list of things
Not the
to
guinea
do.
pig. Doesn't look amazing, but just the breathtaking views.
Yeah.